Well, welcome again to Couch Classics.
We're back.
We are.
Did you
It's
miss
like we
us?
never left.
Like we never left. Isn't that the truth, you know? Well, here we are again to talk more about movies.
Guilty pleasures
Yeah,
this
these
time.
are
Part
guilty
3.
We've done guilty pleasures
We've done them before.
before.
You got to pick 3 and I got to pick 3. This time you picked 1 and I picked 2.
Right.
And I have a complaint about your guilty pleasure because it's not a guilty pleasure. It's an art house movie.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
Oh, so I threw in a ringer
You
then?
threw in a ringer.
Oh, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I
you
just
did.
knew it was a guilty pleasure.
Okay.
But I'm just hoping you people out there in the audience, I'm sure you're keeping track of our guilty pleasures because there is going to be a quiz at the end of the show.
Do you remember your first 3?
Last Dragon.
Yeah.
Last Dragon, and finally Last Dragon.
Okay.
I don't have.
That's the only one I
Last
remember
Dragon,
too, but
yeah.
like Leroy.
Bruce Leroy.
Bruce Leroy, yeah. That's really the only one I remember of yours.
Yeah. But anyway, so yeah, you picked 2 and I picked 1, and I saw mine really wasn't a guilty pleasure.
It's not a guilty pleasure. It's not. It's a Japanese-made film done in Polish. It's an art house movie.
Right.
It's filmed in sepia tone. The whole thing throughout is
except in that last.
Except in the last little bit. So it's art house. It's definitely interesting.
Yeah. So had you seen it before?
No, I'd never seen it before.
Oh, so we're talking about Avalon, by the way.
Okay, but there are 2 movies called Avalon. There was one made in '91 starring Aidan Quinn, and that one is about the change over time, like the invention, everybody starts being able to buy television sets. People are big extended families and stuff all living within each other, a block or something in Brooklyn. And then, they get a TV in the house and how things change over the course of like 20 years to becoming, big extended family to small nuclear family. Everybody's glued to the TV all the time. It's actually a really good, really interesting movie.
Huh. Well, this wasn't that.
This wasn't that. This Avalon was made in 2003, and it's by the people who did Ghost in the Shell, which we did a while back, which was an anime. This is not an anime.
Right. This is live action.
Live action, Japanese film, distributed by Miramax. Of course, live action. It's about a person who plays a video game, basically, who's like addicted to a video game.
Well, it's an illegal virtual
reality game, and she gets paid to play it, but it's very confusing about whether she's in the game the whole time or whether she's ever in reality or...
Well, this is in the future.
It's in the future.
It kind of Matrixy-like, but not really. You kind of plug into this virtual reality game, and there's a lot of warfare and stuff going on.
A little bit of Strange Days going on where you're addicted to video games type thing.
Well,
it's very dark.
Yeah, and there's this whole underground in the future and where you can make money doing this, but it's illegal. And one of the reasons it's illegal is because people get into the game grid and they never come out. And what happens is their minds get lost in their game.
They become unreturned.
Yeah, the unreturned. And there's this one scene in the movie that's kind of very, bizarre.
Well, all the scenes in the movie were kind of very bizarre.
Well, this one, they're walking through a mental hospital where just person after person just paralyzed, almost comatose, in like these wheelchairs because their minds are still in the game.